Warning, the following video is not intended for sensitive OpTic fans who do not know how to hear constructive criticism or negative takes on their team. I don't care if your team won champs in a game that is not Black Ops 6. Grow up. All opinions in this video are burritos and burritos only. If you are easily offended, then this isn't the video for you. Viewer discretion for noobs is advised. Every dog could have their day, get caught off, but I think overall in this season, but in terms of event wins, I don't see OpTic winning with these two teams. That could come back to bite me, but I'm pretty sure I'll be right. Call me crazy, but let's see. I do see FaZe being like the best team in this game because of Black Ops 6 game. Bro, you and I us guys, we need to sit here and have a real conversation before I even get into any of like the actual gameplay. There's a lot of things I want to talk about with this OpTic team. Where do we start? Oh, I got a notepad. So this loss to Vegas Falcons. First of all, I want to apologize. I want to apologize specifically to Puckett and specifically to Alley Cat, because this was a double hate watch party for me. Both teams, not really feeling, whatever happened. I was fine with this just being the burger of all burger bowls, like the McDonald's bowl. But I thought OpTic would edge them out because it's the Vegas Falcons, right? It's the only team I had in the freaking F tier. They were the only team down there all by themselves. And I apologize to Puckett and Alley for calling them faded on the desk. Like, I can't believe they both picked Falcons. What the heck are they talking about? So if this video finds its way to them, I apologize. I will take that one to the chin. But how the fuck did OpTic lose this series to Falcons? I don't even care if they just made a roster change as well. There is quite literally no way that this should be happening. And before I get into the clips of the gameplay, first we're going to do these two Shotzzy plays on Vault. And then in the morning, going to go through the S&D and, the other hard point. Because there was like a lot of things to talk about. But the first point I want to make is the vetoes. And when I'm talking about the veto specifically, I want to bring up the coaches. I'm about to go fucking rogue right now. Because I understand that with the way like the CDL is now, not even now, honestly, just the way it's been like for a long time now, these coaches, it's not like sports where like it's like the coach's team and you have to like basically play around like the coach and what they want to play like. I think the closest coach to that is Rambo, and that's why it didn't work on an OpTic, because you have players like Dashy who have only won 3 times in like 9 years, don't want people to tell them how to play, don't know why. But I could understand both sides of that. But these vetoes from these coaches, and I'm pretty sure it's probably a collaborative effort, because I'm sure JP's not just saying, oh, hey, we're playing this and, too bad. I'm pretty sure it's not like that. So the vetoes, and I'm not just going to single OpTic here. There's a lot of teams. There's been a lot of mind-blowing vetoes that I've seen. The most notable one, before I get into like the ones that are more comparable to OpTic, was the Rocker veto at Major 2, where they hard banned Red Card. It's the map they never played at all, like through the whole qualifiers, through the lands, up to Major 1, up to Major 2 tourney, and they decide winners round 1 of Major 2 that they are going to square up against Atlanta FaZe on Red Card Hardpoint, the map that they never wanted to play, not even against the Falcons. They vetoed that map against the Falcons as well during the qualifiers before the tourney. and they decided to keep its phase on it. Looney, brother, what are we doing? Hello, who made that choice? Again, with LA Thieves, granted, they're 7-0, whatever, the last split, they're doing very well online qualifiers, but if what Scrap said is true, where they just leave the vetoes up to the coaches and they all just spawn in, that has proved to be costly to them against teams like FaZe and Ultra at the LAN, because there's some things players need to have input in. I'm not saying it should be 100% up to the coaches, even though I'm going to contradict myself in a second, but dude, these vetoes I've been seeing from these teams is astronomically bad. Like, it is so bad, I can't even fathom it. And OpTic has been criminal with this for a long time. I know JP's usually there when it comes to the map vetoes, but I want to know if this is a collaborative effort or this is just like JP and Shotzzy, or maybe Karma has some input, whatever. But these vetoes I've been seeing for like not only just this game, but for multiple other games is insane. So the last time that they played Vegas Falcons, back when Vegas Falcons even had this team, they played them on Vault Control, the one control map that freaking Falcons could play. You know, at the time when Falcons had the all Saudi team, they couldn't play Protocol or Hossie. They had a chance to play him on Protocol, but they're playing with AG, and AG doesn't want to play Protocol. He just never wants to play that map. So you're gonna ban that map because of one player when you're literally playing the worst dog shit team in the league. And then I forgot what happened, if like they lost or they won that. So such a long time ago. But that was mistake number one. Okay, so now we're going to get into this series because that's just irrelevant. But happened multiple times. I've questioned OpTic's vetoes multiple times against multiple different teams, Ultra and everybody. I don't know who's in charge of these vetoes, but whoever it is, shame on you. So going to this game, OpTic bans red card hardpoint. And they look pretty decent on the map in scrims. Like, it's not super bad. It's not their best map, but you would say it was their worst map. But against a team like Falcons, who quite literally, even with this iteration of the roster, is not the best red card hardpoint team. Like, I would put OpTic up against this team at red card hardpoint. A map that requires a bit more structure, a bit more gunny, a lot more crosses. I know OpTic still has a completely opposite philosophy on the map than every other fucking team in the game. I don't know what VODs they're watching, or these guys are on the game all the time and they can't just watch a team play it and go like, that's probably the correct way to play it, but we'll just add our little twist on it. Their twist on it is like the complete opposite, which is not helping them. But they are better at red card hardpoint than this fucking Falcons team. So why you're banning that is beyond me. Why would you play them? Granted, I'm not really going to question like the vault, because you could say in scrims this is OpTic's best map, which is why I also said that scrims do not translate to fucking games. Everyone's talking about scrims, oh, they 8-0'd Carolina, this and that. Bro, scrims don't mean a thing. They're literally practice, okay? Teams aren't playing the same way in scrims that they're playing in games. Point blank period. They like 100-point club teams in scrims on this map, OpTic does. And then they queue into back-to-back games on this map. Would you look at that? They fucking lose. So why are we banning red card? That's a map I'd allow in. I would be using this ban on Skyline, which is a map that Falcons isn't the best at, but it's the map they got their first hardpoint win at, which clearly means it's probably their best map. It's a map you've been pretty shaky on against pretty much every team. Skyline is more of an even playing field map than red card. Red card is more of a skill diff map where the better team is going to win that map. So if you think you're the better team, you should be able to beat Falcons on that. Skyline is more of a, I'm not going to say newbie map because the map has grown on me for hardpoint, but it is more of a newbie map. It's more of an even playing field. Obviously, most of the time, like the better team is going to beat the better team on that. And I guess the better team is Falcons today. But Skyline's more of an even playing field. It's clearly like their best map, which is why I'm pretty sure they picked it. Yeah, Falcons did pick it. Not surprised. I would make them pick, dude, make them pick Hossie. Like, you're pretty good at Hossie. Falcons can't really, like, there's so many maps you could have played them on. Ban red card. Don't know why. I understand, like, the dealership ban, you pick red card. That's the one map you won. And then for control, the other ban. Why are we banning Hossie? From what I've known, even though it's a different iteration of the roster, but from what I've known, Hacienda is OpTic's best control map. It's the map that they've been wanting to play. Granted, that was with AG. Even before with Hook. Same. That's the map they want to play all the time. But no team would let them play that map, so they'd be fucking Vault all the time. And now in this one, they had the opportunity to ban Vault. And with AG on Falcons, they're not picking Protocol. So you would have got Hossie. Since when is Falcons a team that you're fearing to put Hossie into control? Makes no sense to me. Why would we play him on the even playing field map of Vault control? You've made this mistake countless times against countless teams playing this Vault control. It has not worked out more times than I could count on both hands, and we're fucking playing it again. Whoever is in charge of these vetoes, whoever's making these decisions, you need to put your foot down. And this is where I get into the coaches. This is my point number one. We're going to be here a while before we get into any gameplay. So, if you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, or you're doing a podcast, or you're shooting bots, whatever you're doing, kick back and relax. I'm going to yap for a bit. So, I talked about this before, like my Discord or whatever, bro, but I personally think either the coaches need to step up or they got to kick rocks. Because my evaluation, like I said, I put the disclaimer for the video, so I don't got to repeat that again. I personally think they're in a rock and a hard place because JP is a very intellectual person with no Call of Duty experience, but he's even openly admit that, so don't take it as a shot, but no Call of Duty experience. And I think he is in a position where there's probably more he would like to say and probably say it in a more meaner way. But not only is he a nice guy, but I think he also knows that maybe the players on the team would not really like if a player who's never played came across in that way. So I think he kind of has a way of saying things where, it may get the point across, but it's not like, hey guys, we're not fucking playing scrims today. Like, we're going to go into a prime match and we're going to do this over and over again until you guys fucking get it right. And we're not leaving like some like ultimatum type shit. They don't have that. And then with Damon, the one guy who everyone on the team would listen to because multiple championships, more championships than all of them put together, like 3-time world champion on LAN, a player every person on that team respects. But the con is, I know he's the coach, and yeah, he has taken more responsibility now, but he never aspired to be OpTic's coach. He never went up to Hex and went, please, 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 Hector, like, I would really love to, like, mold and shape this team and help them win champ. Like, please, please, please. It was just a thing that got stumbled upon. Fuck, I guess I'll do it, So I don't think he cares as much. I know he doesn't like watching scrims. Obviously, he gives input, but I don't think it's at a level like, hey, you fucking idiots. Like, stop fucking doing this. We're going to do this. If you guys fucking do it again, this is going to happen. Like, they don't have that on the team. And I'm sorry to say it, but this is a team that fucking needs that. Because there are certain players on this team. Some of them happen to be like the face of the franchise. I'm mostly talking about one player. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. May have called everyone dog shit. May have said nobody wants to win the game. Take the hint. Nudge, nudge. Certain players on the team, and also other players who happen to be players that he dropped multiple times, need things hammered home multiple fucking times. And even after they get hammered home and it's confirmed, need to be hammered home again. There are certain players on the team that need that, and I don't think they have that on this team. And I don't get, we're now in April, okay? The game came out October, end of October. So this is basically like 5 months. You could say 6 months, half a year. And people are making mistakes. The map hasn't changed. The spawns of this fucking map have not changed. Literally the same map we've been playing all year. And I'm seeing the same mistakes, the same stupid shit. These guys play 8s all the time. Hooks, Shotzzy, 8s every fucking night. Like, how are we? There's certain things that are just unacceptable. Like, I know players make mistakes, and there are, like, small situational mistakes, but these are, like, long, drawn-out mistakes that I don't think should be happening if you played as much as you played. Like, I watch VOD probably 90% of the time, and with the VOD that I watch, I go into a game, and I swear after, like, 2 games, I feel like I understand everything. These motherfuckers do VOD, maybe not as much as me, but they play the game way more than me. So having those reps and the scrims, a coach watching you over, this and that, work on this and that, we're doing stupid shit still. And also, so either the coaches got to go or they need to like actually hammer shit down. And here's another problem going into that, because we're going to start going into more stuff. I think that the fact that OpTic is a friendship league is great for the brand and, you know, monetary reasons, whatever, the fan base, the viewership, all that is good. But for the sake of the team, it's ruining the team. Because when you have undroppable players, and it's not the same situation as a BZ and Simp, who are undroppable players, but they're players that can literally do everything and have evolved and have had a... Dude, in order to be a true champion in this fucking Call of Duty shit, I know whatever someone's gonna say, oh, Shotzzy's a multiple time champion. Don't give a fuck. That MW19 season, bro, like, to me, that don't really mean shit to me. I'm like, that's just me personally. That doesn't mean shit to me. Online, like, majority of the year, I don't care. But there's layers to this shit, and that's why there's people like Kenny, like Abizi, like Simp, who add layers to their game. Like, Kenny went from an aggressive superstar SMG to being a flex, like sub main AR. He added layers to his, he could literally do every role, and not only along the way did he do that, but he added the communication, which is paramount at the pro level. And I don't know how players like Hook, especially Hook more than Shotzzy, but Shotzy's been playing, even playing Halo before. You need to have comms, you know, been playing at the pro level for over 8 years. How we still have to like say, oh yeah, well, they're not the best in comms. They need a person like how are we still saying all these players, even Dashy too, all these players after years and years, why are we still babying them to the point where it's like, oh, they need a Kenny or Ghosty for comms, like they need like a person to bring all together? How after all this time can they not be those players themselves? How have they not matured and evolved over the years where they can't be the voice of reasons in the comms and like the small talkers? Like, why how has that not been a skill developed over the years? Especially who can Shotzzy play with Crim, they play with Scump, they play with all these good players. They've had Rambo as a coach multiple years, like top of the line players. How are these things not hammered home? Even Kenny the previous year as well. How are these things like communication, small talking, blacking out less? How are all these small things not layers that have been added onto the game? Why are we still okay with like, oh, they're just not that type of player after all this time? Like, have to find a player to fucking baby them. Like, I should not be having to say they cannot go to challengers and get encouraged because it's going to be a blackout team. I should be saying a player like Encourage would be great for this team because he has Hook and Shotzzy who could guide him and lead him in the right direction and pick up the comms for them. But I can't say that because these are players who have been playing for years and haven't added that layer to their game. That is fucking embarrassing, in my opinion. So, back to the Friendship League thing. I think having a player that's undroppable has really plagued OpTic over the years. And the best example I can think is like fucking Nadeshot. No offense to Nadeshot. He was the reason why I started competitive Call of Duty. Like, he's my GOAT. He's my codfather. But he was ass for a long time. Like, regardless of what you want to say of the role he played, OBJ, whatever. But Hex was never going to drop him. Ever. Hex even said that himself. But, you know, once they dropped him, look what happened, you know? Prime example. I'm not quite necessarily saying they got to drop Shotzzy, but dude, this guy is like the GM dropping everyone around him, but there's a common denominator in why they're still doing bad. You know, if you drop this guy and you drop that guy and you replace that guy and you're still doing bad and you're still there, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? You know? What does that say about you? Now getting into, dude, so wrapping up my thing about like the coaches thing, because I actually put this in my notepad. I put all these in my notepad. I think coaches need a bit more power. I'm not saying all of them, but in certain situations, there needs to be like there needs to like what's the point of having a coach if you can't be like, hey guys, we need to start doing this, dude. I'm telling you, if I had control of this OpTic team, like if I just had these exact same players for a month and they had to listen to me for a month, I fucking swear I could get them to the fucking top of the league. I shit you not, bro. I'm telling you, bro, like I would be running shit over there. I would be making these motherfuckers do things they never even fucking heard of before. But okay, so something I want to get into is like the role thing real quick before we get into like the things in like the vault hardpoint. So the role thing. So it's been said before, like on the flank, and even some other people have said it too. Like I've seen it all over the internet how like OpTic have 2 main ARs of Dashy and Skies. Even when Skies got picked up, said it would be a bit slow. My personal opinion and my personal solution to this is I think Skies needs to be the main AR. He needs to be the main AR. He needs to be the slower AR. And I think Dashy needs to take that vertical fucking foregrip off of his aims. Okay, he needs to take that off. He needs to put on infiltrator stock, and he needs to fucking go. He needs to play more like Draza. We've said this about this for Dashy for years. This guy came in World War II. He blew my mind, bro. This guy was a shooter, Black Ops 4. Like, this guy was running the show, being a fucking rogue slayer with minimal responsibilities. I'm not saying he should not have responsibilities, not what I'm saying, but being a faster player. That's Dashy has so much skill, and I think it's being locked, being more of a like, dude, even though there's lots of games where he has lots of kills, there are a lot of like turret kills, bro. This guy needs to run around with that AR like fucking Draza does. That's what he needs to do. He is such a skilled player, and having that skilled player with that pressure on that map, with a player like Skies being a smarter, like Skies is more meant for that role. Like when Dashy played that role, like in MW3, I could use Champs for an example where fucking Dashy did absolutely nothing. He even said he got carried, bro. That role is something Dashy had to adapt to, but I don't think you're going to get the best out of him doing that. If you, dude, make this motherfucker play faster. Take that vertical foregrip off and fucking start running that fucking infiltrator stock. And you need to start gunning these fools. I know you're 100% capable of it. Let Skies be the slower player. I think that alone will instantly change a lot of things. And on the point of Dashy, since we're already on this point, I think he's been getting scapegoated a lot. And I don't think he has a lot of say in these rosters, or at least like a lot of weight compared to Ant. Because I think a lot of these rosters are literally come down to Ant, to be honest. But I think Dash has been getting scapegoated. I don't think he's a problem at all. There are maybe some mistakes that he makes, but I don't think he's a problem at all. I think he's a product of a very bad position that he's in right now. He just so happens to be in a place, and it's just not good for him, and it's just a circumstance of his environment, you know? Like, not really his fault. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's a problem at all, to be honest. I think he should be taking a lot more of a front role with the AR. Like, he should be running, keep up with the subs. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Sky should be the slowest one on the team. He should literally be an insight, but maybe, like, a bit faster, because, you know, you just have to be fast. Like, these motherfuckers should be copying how fucking FaZe is playing. The way FaZe plays now, the airs and the SMGs, like, all have the same interactions. It's not MW3 where the main AR is so low on interactions and the sub so high. Bro, everyone on FaZe, bro, when they're having a good hard point, everyone's like 25, 27, 28, 29. Everyone's around the same. Everyone is in there trading with everyone. But ARs, you know, they have some angles to watch over, but they are in there with the subs, you know? They are in there with the subs. MC's the main AR. He doesn't even run a fucking vertical foregrip. And I know that's a preference, so I'm not saying, oh, I don't switch it. But he doesn't need to be he needs to be, like, in that bitch. Skies needs to be the main AR, like the main AR. Like, I know Skies is a good third sub, but I think fucking Dashy should run that third sub. I'm sorry. I know he has like the best AR shot, but actually, I'm not gonna say the best, but it's up there. You know, it's fuck top 3. But he gotta be that flex player. Dashy is too skilled to not be a fucking flex player and like be in the mix. He's too skilled for that. He's too skilled not to be. And I think in a team like this, so I'm going player for player. So I already talked about Skies and Dashy. I think Shotzzy needs to add a layer to his game. And I'm not just talking about communication, because this communication, I mean, we're going to get into that when we get to map 4, which will be tomorrow. But if I want to talk about his communication real quick, I've said this about him even in MW3. Even Kenny has said this in like interviews. If you find like small clips, there's clips everywhere from like interviews of him talking about this. Like, bro, he's like, Shotzzy won't talk for like a minute, but he's getting all these kills. It was able to work in MW3 in a game where not only the spawn's so close, but dude, interactions every like 3-4 seconds. Everybody needs to contribute in the comps. This cannot be an MW3 where you're on fucking sub base and you're running around the fucking map and the team is just holding shit and you can just run around and not doing it. Dude, you need to learn how to talk while you're doing stuff. That is a skill that is required at the pro Call of Duty player level. Like, do you understand? I know he knows that, but he's not doing it. Like, that is a skill you need to have. You need to be able to run and gun. Everyone go watch an Atlanta FaZe listen in. Abizi is literally shooting, jump shotting, and he's fucking calling out to fucking people like he's doing everything while he's in the middle of a gunfight. That is a skill that you need to have at the highest level. For anyone aspiring to get the highest level, you need to learn how to shoot and talk at the fucking same time. You can't just do one. You need to be able to do both. That is a skill requirement. You know, that is a skill requirement. Shotzzy doesn't do that. But in terms of adding layers to his game, Shotzzy needs to learn how to take a more submissive role with the sub. Pause. I'm getting real tired of these one-dimensional COD players that like don't know how to do anything except for one thing, and we keep gassing them, whatever. I know Hydra's that player right now, but it's been working out for Hydra, and the team plays around him. They literally have a system, and it's working. So that's not an issue for him. But for Shotzzy, I think especially with he has Hook beside him, and we're going to get to Hook in a second too. But Shotzzy needs to learn how to take a more submissive role to sub. I saw a glimpse of it in the second map, Red Card S&D, and it was so small, but it was show me everything I need to know. Shotzzy taking the bomb on Red Card S&D was so good. I thought he was so good with that bomb on A site. And just the type of player he is, the finessey player, knowing how to play his life, hop on the bomb, slide on the bomb, like around the bomb, peeking, shouldering. Like, dude, that is he's mechanically the player you want in that situation. And he knew how to get the bomb down at the perfect times. He knew how to avoid nades, stay alive for nades. Like, he could play good at that role. And I've seen it in scrims on Vault P2. Like, he's the guy that soaks that fucking hill all the time. Like, I know he's capable and he'd be very good for that role. And it's a role he should have taken with AG. But, you know, AG's the palm, so AG had to go. And I will admit, in the OpTic team, AG was an issue. And I think AG fucking just got motivated because now he's not on OpTic, had to beat them. And now he's like adding all these layers to his game because now he got dropped. And now he has no choice but to evolve. You know, sometimes your back needs to be against the wall in order to evolve. Yeah, Shotzzy needs to learn how to take a more submissive role. He could still do like his roaming every once in a while, but bro, adding that layer to your game, like look at Abizi and Simp. Both of them are doing both things in the same exact game. Both of them could both fucking go pop 2, pop 3, roam around the map, but when the hill is blank, whoever's there, they're fucking hopping on it. Sorry, I need a drink of water. Yapping for like half an hour. And then Hook. I know Hook's a player, but dude, we can't keep getting away with this for 8+ years. He needs to add another layer to his game. And I know he's had this fucking layer before. I know he's had it before. Don't know why he lost it in this game. I know in this game, like, he does a lot when he's not on the hill, too. Like, don't get me wrong. He blocks spawns. Like, he wins rotational gunfights. He's very intelligent on rotational gunfights. And like doing all the things that are required of you when you're not on the hill. But objective work is something he doesn't need to add to his fucking toolbox. Because I know Ant likes to bump him a lot, bro, but sometimes it got to be the other way around, you know? Sometimes Hook got to sit there on the hill. I know he does it sometimes, but most of the time, bro, this guy's not getting on the time. And I know he does a lot. He's probably more useful than majority of the league. Majority of the SMGs that aren't hopping on the hill, he's more useful than them when it comes to like what you're doing when you're not on the hill. but that's a layer you need to add in the game. Him and Shotzzy need to be able to like switch on and off for who's like on the hill doing more like the dirty work and who's whatever. They need to have a more seamless transition to that, and I don't think they have that even in their comms. I feel like for a duo who like knows each other and likes each other so well, I don't feel like their comms like match that, to be honest. Like I feel like they need to add that layer of communication as well and just gameplay in their style. I think it's paramount that they add that if they want to make it to the next level, which is to win. Because on paper, this team could win. This team could win championships, but realistically, they're not going to, because there's a bunch of one-dimensional players that can add layers to their game, and I'm not sure if the coaches are telling them, or who's not telling them, or whatever's not telling them. But basically, overall, this whole team needs to learn how to do more than one thing, which is something that's required in today's Call of Duty. There's not really that much roles anymore. People need to learn how to do everything, and this OpTic team is still like in an MW3 like old school mindset of this person does this person. Everyone's got to do fucking everything. It can't just be Skies, or I mean, they do kind of share like the hilltop, but I swear to God, on like certain maps or pretty much every map, there's like 2 people for the majority of the time that are in the hill. Like it's like every map has like 2 people that are like, hey, you guys are the hill people. Everyone needs to be able to do it. Okay? Add layers to the game. And one last thing I'll say on Skies when it comes to roles is I think I already said fucking Dash is getting scapegoated. I think Sky's also getting scapegoated too, in the sense where I think he's walking into a system that is not even actually there. And I think this whole thing is something that I don't even think he has the power to fix, because I think he's just like not trying to like tread onto toes. I think he's trying to bring a good vibe, not disrupt too much stuff. But realistically, bro, this guy could be thinking in the back of his head, like, what the fuck am I walking into? What is this shit? You know? In the back of his head, because I could tell he's like a very nice guy. Like, I know he knows like this is the opportunity of a lifetime being on an org like this. You're not trying to like fuck it up. But I think, dude, this team needs to be like punched in the face fucking mentally. And I think they're just all so soft. Like I think like Shotzzy and fucking Dashy are players were like, yo, you guys are fucking stupid. You guys start doing, like, I think they hear that, oh fuck, this guy talking to me like this, oh, like blackout. Like I think they're like those type of players where it's like, I don't think they could take that fucking level of criticism, which is what you need at this fucking level. Like, can't be so soft all the time. But this OpTic team, man, I mean, I just talked for half an hour, but we're going to get into some gameplay stuff. I'll probably talk more about this tomorrow, but yeah, dude, we need to wake the fuck up. Like, it's really like that fucking Black Doctor. Wake the fuck up, you know? We need to wake the fuck up. And now we're going to go into, so these clips I'm going to show, there's 2 clips of Shotzzy single-handedly. The first one not as abrasive as the second one, but costing OpTic 2 P2 rotations, which was an issue for them in this map. Usually it's P4, but the P4 was sufficeable. It was sufficeable, okay? But the P2s, because Falcons got like over 100 points combined on P2 this whole game. And if you look at the end of scoreboard and they don't get as much P2 time, especially the second one, yeah, they don't win the game. And OpTic in scrims and in previous matches is usually very fucking good at P2. Like, P2s are usually one of their strong suits. Like, they're usually very good on rotation and holding, even breaking, but they couldn't break, they couldn't hold, they couldn't rotate to this fucking hill. Just got lost in the game all of a sudden when they're doing it in scrims. Huh, what a coincidence. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to go through like the P2s real quick, and then I'm going to go through like the P4s. So these are both Anthony Cuevas Shotzzy plays. So this first one isn't as egregious as the second one, because the second one is like downright dirty. And then I'm going to like show Arcidy's doing way better at it than he does. So this first one is more the wherewithal. With the amount of reps that you have on this map and the amount of time and knowing that nobody was in as good as a position as you to secure the spawns, knowing how important it would be for you to secure the spawns, how you didn't try to secure them and you blacked out and went for a kill, I thought it was pretty I thought it was a pretty bad play out of Shotzzy. I actually expect a lot more out of him. So, but this is a play I'd actually see like a lot of people make. But, you know, a lot of average players. I don't expect that from a superstar player. Okay? So, right here, he's underground. Yeah? He's underground. There's 24 seconds left. But by the time he's, like, out here, you know, you could say 20 seconds left. There's no guarantee that Hook and Dashy are going to be able to get all these kills on P1 and actually make it through. And the spawn on this map, when they're not pushed up, by default is art, you know, on P1. This is like the default spawn. So if you fuck up on this rotation with 20 seconds left, whatever, by the time you get into an action, maybe 18, you're going to spawn all the way back here. And now you got to rotate all the way back through. They're going to have full control of the back. Going to be a lot harder to break it. I think with whatever happens on this P1, let it happen. You need to think of the bigger picture, and that is fucking P2. And I was expecting him to honestly, like, maybe go get lost. I've seen players, like, take the route. I've seen Kleenex actually do this before. Just take the route through P2, like, either play a corner or actually push around the back and literally try to go get a kill back there. But he sees this guy cross, and he thinks maybe, like, his fuck team needs help or something. So he goes and chases that kill. He gets the kill. Doesn't expect another one, I guess, to be there. He dies, and now look where he spawns. And now they're so far away, and now Falcons have all control of this. He had the opportunity here to play his life, go around the back. He could go around the back, catch a timing on number 5, because number 5 wouldn't have even expected that. Could have walked around the back, killed number 5, got spawns. When the kills start going down, he's now the only person in the back because they would be too far pushed up, and even if it comes back out, he'll be on a heady or be hard aiming it. Either way, he'll be blocking the back, and whoever spawns in next on like fucking Falcons is fucking spawning out. You know, like they're spawning out because now he's fucking blocking the back. But instead he dies there, and now Falcons get the close spawns, and now the whole team has control of this. And look at the time that they fucking get on this shit. I mean, I can't even play the whole thing through because I'm not really going to critique OpTic's break. I just thought it was like a good hold, like from fuck Falcons. I thought it was a great rat spot from our cities, and he had extra protection in the back there. They're blocking the back spawns, which allows AG to push up. But it doesn't even matter if AG died because they got 2 kills, so the push is already delayed. So the guy that's already furthest up ahead is by himself. Not much he could do. By then, everyone's already spawned in. They even spawn on the fucking hill. And yeah, so it doesn't even matter. And they soak a lot of time for this, you know? So if you're thinking about it from like this POV, if you're OpTic, instead of them getting a 65, you probably could have gave them an extra like 10 on the P1 and probably secured most of this time and been up maybe like, let's say, even 40 to 30 or 50 to 30 or 50 to 40. Whatever the case would be, you would have the lead because you're a pretty good hold fucking team on P2. But before I get into the bad, I'll just like run through like a good example of OpTic on P2 and how they actually are a good P2 hold team, which is why I feel like they should be playing for the spawns on P2 a lot because they're a pretty hard team to break on this hill. So Shotzzy just goes right to the top of catwalk, plays for a kill. He doesn't go too far, and now look what he does. Soaks the hill. And he's actually very good at soaking the hill. He's very good at fucking finessing his life on the hill. Like, look how he's able to finesse his life. Like, it's something in his bag. He's actually really good at that. I think he should actually, like, embrace a lot more, to be honest. But, yeah, OpTic actually gets, like, 40 seconds off of this, which is good time. And they actually could have gone all the time here, but Exit actually kind of just, like, had his way right here. Just absolutely cambered him. Like, dude. He, like, slid and look, he went prone. Look, he went prone, just, like, doing some fucking crazy shit on the fucking floor. But, okay, that's that P4. So that's OpTic doing good. Now we're just going to skip to, like, the next one real quick. All right, so this is just, like, another quality of being a pro player that I kind of feel like you need to, like, actually have in your toolbox. Is knowing the time, paying attention to the times on the hard points, and knowing at certain times, you know, maybe I shouldn't push this, or maybe at this time, okay, there's like 40 seconds, I gotta hit this rotation, or whatever the case. Pay attention to the time helps you know what you gotta do. So with 5 seconds left, basically have full control. Fuck, number 4 dive is gonna fucking spawn back there. You got full control. Full control. Where are you going? Right now, he's thinking that a person's going to pick up the hill, which I guess is like the right thing to have, but they don't really have like, I don't really like, I know his thought process. His thought process is, I'm going to push up and whoever is back there is going to pick up the hill for me. And then if I get a kill, which is like the main point, the main asterisk, if you get the kill, which he does not, but like, if you get the kill, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. A pretty good spot. But he's not able to get a kill, which is an issue he's had up here for a while. I even called down their scrims as well. You can even go back on my live stream, whatever like the fucking ball was. I'm like, I think it was against LAT. Go back on my LAT videos like a week ago on fucking Vault on P2. I said, dude, this guy Shotzzy is like 0 for 8 in this spot, bro. He does not know how to play for a kill in this spot. It's a spot he likes to go to all the time on P2. He loves getting aggressive on the catwalk. He loves fucking pushing them back to get this spawn while a person's blocking the back. He lives for this shit. But he has not been successful at fucking getting the kills required to be able to have, like, dude, I feel like you need it. I feel like you need permission for this spot now, bro. I feel like you need like a pass, like, in order to have like the keys to this spot, because he's not been good at this spot. And the funny thing is, I saw Skies push up in this spot earlier and do way better than he did, and Skies ain't even a sub. Bro, you gotta go to that spot, you gotta get a kill. But instead he gets aggressive when realistically, I know people like Nameless, because I even heard Nameless talk about like the broadcast. I think he brought this up in his like drawn conclusions, how like Shotzzy pushes this and then it like staggers the whole push because now they're a man down and they can just run right through the front. That is true. That is true. But this play is actually not totally bad. Okay? It's not totally bad. It's just not good. I would prefer, me personally, just sit on the hill and let your ARs fucking get aggressive on outer. That's what I would prefer. But what Shotzzy was thinking is he's the furthest one up, so he's already in the position to catch Priestla off guard because Priestla just got a kill down there. He could catch him off guard, and my team is already going to spawn back here. That's what he's thinking. My team's already going to spawn back here, so I could just push up this catwalk, get this timing on Priestla, have the most spawning art, and we're going to like ride this fucking thing. But he doesn't get the kill because he thinks Priest is still down here, doesn't know Priest wrapped around, and before it's too late, he dies. But I know his thought process, and it wasn't a bad thought process. Like, he thought he had a timing. He was already at the catwalk by the time Priest got that kill, so he was thinking he'll be able to fucking meet him there, and boom, he's gone. But, I mean, I think the main thing right here is... Actually, I don't think there's a person there fast enough. But, like, if the comms are on, like, if, like, Skies calls out, he doesn't see anybody here, then, I mean, but it could have been, like, a bit too quick for that. But I know what Shotzzy was trying to do, but him dying there was such a detriment because now he just walks right through and they get broken. And now fucking Falcons gets the time, which they should not be getting. They should have never gotten any of this fucking P2 time. Look how much fucking time they got from that. That P2 literally took them to, like, fucking match point. Off that one P2, off of one guy getting aggressive and not playing a corner enough, or just trying to, like, he was trying to do too much. Like, that was a situation where, you know, sometimes you just gotta put the controller down. I understand his thought process, but in a pretty tight game where you know you're very good at P2 and you don't really know exactly where he could be, like, not really accounted for, you could sit on the hill and literally have your arrows fucking pick up your crosses, and then when you get kills, then you guys can start pushing out. I talked about this in a lot of hardpoint videos. I talked about more about it in like the last one. God, I even like forgot what one. Dude. Oh yeah, it was like the Challengers fucking video. Go back on the Skyline Challengers thing where I'm like where I'm actually coaching a team and I'm going through like their VOD. such terminology, which known as coin, so I'm coining it. So if you guys ever use it in the future, it's fucking mine, okay? It's mine. I like me, Borito. I came up with this shit, okay? I didn't come up with like doing it in the game, but I came up with the fucking name. God, I already forgot the name. But there's such thing. I already forgot the exact name. Holy cow! But there's such thing as that's what it's called, a progressive spawn flip. A progressive spawn flip, which is setting up, getting a couple or a few kills, pushing up. Maybe you have to get a second wave. Get the second wave once you get more map control, and then you complete a full flip. And then there's the other type of progressive, which is like, I should call it like a one-step progressive spawn flip and a two-step progressive spawn flip. One-step progressive spawn flip is when it's close enough where you can get that one fucking wave of kills, even if it's 2 or 3 or all 4, and you can push up and the spawn's already flipped. But there's some situations where it has to be 2, a progressive one. Get kills, move up, still soak. You could spawn 2 people out maybe if you pushed up far enough, but then another 2, you gotta still kill from that side. Controlled chaos, then you fully flip them. This could have been a situation easily where Ant just sits on the fucking hill. Like, Priesta died all the way down there. It don't even fucking matter. Like, he could sit on the hill. 3 could easily fucking walk around and be like, I'm sitting on the hill, fucking come around. So an AR could do what he actually has to fucking do. Like, if he's on the hill right here, then, like, 4 could push out, or 4 could go to the water truck, because I know Dashy's played there before. 4 could go there, or he could go there, and Sky's push out, or like, would work just the same way. And then you have Hook over there on outer. Like, Hook must be tweaking. Like, Hook gets fucking 2 on the fucking pinch, but they still get bro. He's probably thinking, I stopped them from flipping spawns. You guys have to get your kills on the front. Which makes fucking Dashy's play even worse. Because if he's just soaking the hill, who gets 2 kills? Dude, that's fucking free cash, bro. That's free cash. Free gash. Like I said, he trolls, and fucking Falcons get fucking juicer time on this. They get over 40 seconds on this time. It's a damn shame. So here's the most hilarious thing. It's not exactly quite the same scenario with the other arrows, but here's P2 popped with RC's in the same position that fucking Shotzzy's in. He's able to pop a 2-piece. Why can everyone play up there but not fucking Ant? I don't get it. Here's like the first P4 that I wanted to point out, and the thing I don't understand about this, because they easily corrected this like further along in the game, but I've watched OpTic play scrims a million times. I ain't never once in these scrims ever seen fucking Dashy push fucking mid ever on P3 when they have fucking hard control. I have literally never seen him fucking push into mid ever. There could have been a time in like off fucking stream or fucking whatever when I didn't see it, but from every scrim I've seen, I ain't never seen him push mid ever. So I'm confused. Because I think because he had Skies back there, but it really doesn't matter. Like, you don't even need it right now. Like, why he had to push this? Because now he pushes up, and now Skies pushes up. Now what the fuck are the subs gonna do? I don't think Hook's gonna take that responsibility. Shotzzy not gonna take that responsibility, especially with 27 seconds left. They love playing mid. They love getting aggressive on this P3, and a Dashy dying there kind of now opens up like the floodgates, because now look where he spawns from not fucking holding that shit. He could have just held the air up there and just waited for his subs off spawn to just like play for mid. Like, it was not that much of urgency that they had to go and get like the mid control for the P3. Not much going on. He was probably thinking, just off spawn, I'm the first one, so I should be picking this up realistically to not even give him a chance to get there before me. But in hindsight, the other players on his team didn't pick it up for him when they should have. Someone should have picked it up. Like, he pushes and everyone else just pushes, because one-dimensional players who don't know how to like do more things, like, no one had the wherewithal. Like, he just pushed mid. He's pushed up on the street. Someone got a black art. Someone got to block it. Someone got to secure the spawn. I watch Ultra all the time on this P3. When a person dies in mid, fucking the guy over here is sprinting to the back to like secure that back spawn. I see Insight do it. I've seen Kleenex. I think I even seen Beans do it. Sprinting to the back, like from like here or art, sprinting to the back to secure the spawns. OpTic plays him up a million times. I know he played Ultra a million times, and Ultra's even done that in scrims. Clearly not learning from teams that were playing. We're just fucking playing to play, I guess. But the reason why this was significant, because originally OpTic gets the time, but the reason why this is significant is now the back spawn control that Vegas had on this prevented OpTic from getting a full 60, because they always had to deal with the person in the back, and when they did get the people at the back, there were trades that went on, so there's always a cross and occupied, and people were just constantly getting by just because they didn't secure the spawns in the first place. They could have secured it, made sure no one got by, had a full setup, boom, bada bing, get right back in the game. But instead, there was always control back here, and you're just going to see the chaos from just not controlling the beginning. Like, first, you'll see Vegas in the back. OpTic has control of it at first. Like, you think it's all good, but look, this is the issue that you have when you don't have full control of the back all the time. There's always something going on. Because now Shotzzy now tries to cross. AG and Art, great play, fucking waiting for him. Not delaying a push because they have control of the hill, but taking away a number from the back spawn to help. So now he gets that guy. And even though he spawns there, it honestly fucking doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. Because now, look, right off spawn, he just, like, runs right through. Spawn kills him again. And now they have control of the back. And now no one's watching the cross because they're just already, like, you know, that guy literally couldn't get there in time. And now two guys make it around the back. He gets number 2 because he just fucking wide swings. Literally could have played more of a righty angle. I don't know why he just got so aggressive on that. The guys are in Art. They're in the back. They collapse on them. And then they actually get control of this hill when OpTic could add a cleaner hold on that if they just secured this. And then everyone was wondering why Shotzzy didn't see that guy. You need to remember, these characters are highlighted for us, not highlighted for him. His eyes were probably, like, in top art. Like, you think in this fucking, like, scenario, like, granted, it's fucking Fever right there, but his eyes are probably, like, up there or, like, over there as you get to come around the corner or there. Like, there's way more important spots for your eyes to look at that you may not notice. Like, everyone's got these moments and not seeing this. And then he slides. He's focused on the fucking door. He's not focused on his fucking bottom side. So I just want to highlight Atlanta FaZe's P4s, because as much as they suck at this map, I really like the philosophy that they have on P4s. And their philosophy is pretty fucking simple. Bro, they have such fucking layers on these crossfires for P4 that no one could get by. And even if someone does get by, something's always being picked up. And you'll never see a guy cross, like, pretty much ever, unless one of them is scamming, which Sim kind of scammed in top art. But they're doing this with 3 people. And I'll even play it after, like, a number 6 dies. So they only got 3 guys. And notice number 5, notice number 4. Look how far back he is. Look how far he's pushed up. He is in a position where he could not only see both sides, but he's pushed up far enough to be able to, like, actually tag people on crosses. When you're back here on mid, can't really do much. You're way too far back. And he's doing this with 4 people. They're doing this with 3. Look how far he's pushed up right here. Look how far he could help this side and that side. He's close enough to tag people on the cross. Whoever he doesn't get, he gets. 8's being useful on the hill by watching this cross. And if someone crosses by, 7 could easily get him. 5's close enough to even peek it from the door. Like, everyone's in a position to help everybody, like, immediately. Immediate trades, immediate crossfires, double crossfires on everything. Everything's like a fuck double crossfire. This is a double crossfire. This can be easily like a fuck double crossfire. They have everything covered. This is with 3 people, by the way. 3 people. So you're going to see how this plays out. So Simp gets 2 on the cross, but, like, 5 was obviously helping. That guy made it by. He got called out, but, like, Simp was tweaking here. He doesn't know what to do. But it's made up for it, because now 6 is now pushed up on the pool side. So now they don't really got to watch that pool side because he's got it covered. But he's occasionally helping him. But now they got mid and everything. And this is just great because they had every cross. And now he dies over here. Granted, he gets fucking horked on. But and the reason why the crossfires are so important is because even though, like, they die, but, like, look how much kills they have. So look how, like, the mid is so free for them to easily get right back in the fucking fight. Because even though, like, they're getting traded, I mean, they're still able to just fly right back in and help, like just off of those crossfires. Like it's a very like chaotic. It's very, it's controlled chaos. That's basically what the fuck it is. Most of the time, it's not really chaotic, but that one was a little bit more chaotic because it only had 3 people at the beginning, and literally the other guy was like fucking spawned out. But that is an example of controlled chaos. So now we're gonna take a look how Dashy plays this. So he's not pushed up on like the statue at all. I don't know what he's trying to block back here, but you literally have all these people. You have 3 and 1. One's inside the hill who's literally watching mid. You got 3 up top. You got 2 up top art. You need to push up and help. Because if you get shot at, you have literally everybody to help you. You sitting back here, you're basically making this a 3v4, technically speaking. Like, yeah, you have like a long angle, but it's not really that useful of an angle. Because all you can do is call out people in the cross. Think about right now, if Dash was on the statue right now. That's like a tag or a kill right there. That's a free kill right there. That's a kill. The whole push is fucking gone now, and they're pretty much gonna hold this time. And he could not only do that, but he could call all them out crossing. So number 2 up there knows to fucking turn. You know, so right now he's just like staring because it is what it is, and like they get all 3 down. But 6 was able to sneak by. Holy fuck. So all this, you think it's all good, but number 6 was able to sneak by because no one fucking saw this shit. He snuck right by. And look, Shotzzy just like checks it barely. I wanted to say that Skies maybe saw him on the cross, but I don't think Skies saw him at all. But that one kill, getting that one guy out of art. Take a look at how now it opens. Like now all of a sudden you got 2 guys watching that. These guys run right through. They're kind of pushed back a little bit, and now Falcons are able to just flood and take control of the whole backside. All because like one guy didn't push up on the statue and get aggressive and help on the crossfires. There was a lack of crossfires that like Atlanta FaZe had. I see Atlanta FaZe, dude, they suck at this map, but they're very good when they get P4 control. Like they always know how to just have each other's crosses. Even if they die, they're tagging people up on crosses and they're able to get effective enough trades, delays the whole push. They keep spawning in the back. If you're at least trading them out, you're still going to spawn in the back because you're killing them before they have a chance to push far enough to like spawn you out. But OpTic doesn't grasp that philosophy. They're so far pushed back that when you die in the back, you're just going to spawn out because you're already so far in the back when you fucking died that you're going to spawn out and you're just going to get fucked. As opposed to FaZe where they're literally trying to stop people from getting past a certain point. You know? They're trying to stop a certain amount of players from getting past a certain point. It's like the last thing I'll point out because it's like the end of the game. So this is why I think that Hydra is levels above Shotzzy, not just in the communication department, because I'm not saying Hydra's a great communicator, but Hydra does call out the things that he does, actually. And he's also has the best timings and the best pinch timings in the game. And just like the best pinches in general in the game. And this was a scenario where Shotzzy actually could have hit a pinch here and it would not have costed him anything because his team had position in the back. And I've seen Hydra, I've seen Kleenex do this a million times and it work out. When your team is blocking back art, if you get these pinch kills, they're going to start spawning deep, like deep behind here, which is what you want, especially when they're at 226 and you could just like basically soak the time for free and block the spawns. You have like an AR back there already. So like right here, he gets number 6. He could actually regen his health and just push this pinch. 3 is quite literally blocking the back, so it doesn't matter how far Ant pushes, they're going to spawn back there. Obviously, don't push back there. But if you just stay along the lines of this, if he just like goes there, plays for that pinch kill, he can literally spawn kill. And if he dies, then, you know, he spawns back there. Like, he spawns back there. He gets a free spawn back there. He could literally hold them back. And by the time they get him and they're even over there, it won't even matter. He's already back up. He could easily pick up the right side anyway. Like, free as fuck. And that's something that players who've been playing this game every fucking day in scrims, in 8s, and matches should know by now. And him, of all people, with the amount of time he put in, like, fucking 8s helps him get better, this is something you should know. Like, you have the opportunity to hit a quick pinch and, like, You could have secured number 7, possibly got number 8, or just held number 8 off. But you even just being around here gonna make these motherfuckers spawn over here. Instead, you go back that way, and now look. Now that gap is now left open. He doesn't check. Xnid walks right by. And 3 did get horrible timing, but I don't know why he had to look away. Like, I know he looked away literally because of the gunfight there, but like no one else could pick that shit up, man. Like you kind of already know, even if he's good. This could be hindsight, but right here. So first Ant lets that guy walk by because he didn't go on the pinch. But like after Hook dies here, if you're on the statue, you're pretty much protected. And by the time you turn, he's probably going to be in art by now. I mean, realistically. So probably could have kept watching that maybe, and made the other guy pick up the back art. That's hindsight. I'm not going to go too hard on that one. But yeah, he actually did get horrible timing. But because of that, P4, they lost it. And then they lost the game. So hope you guys enjoyed my TED Talk. I'll be back with the S&Ds and the controls in the morning. But shame on OpTic, man. And I just had a feeling, just because of like the last game that they played, like it was with Kenny and Hook, I think, or AG, fucking like whatever. I think it was with Hook. But that game where they almost lost, where like Falcons had like an 100-point lead on this map on them with the all Saudi team, and then the Hacienda control, which I saw and I knew Falcons threw that shit away and they could have went map 5 and won that. I just had a feeling that OpTic was gonna be the first team to fucking lose to them. It's just like I just felt it. It was just like so poetic. I think the universe just wrote that shit. It was just so poetic that it had to be them, and it was the best org in the world succumbed to the best org in the world. Crazy. AG revenge, cheesin', excellent first win. Congratulations, but OpTic, man. Someone's got to change in that camp, or somebody's got to go. Either or. There's no in between. These players need to change, specifically Ant, or the players just got to go.